Hi there. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night. Wishes as per your time zone. Folks, this is me, Ayaz Zanzeria, founder and director of Zanzeria Family Consultants, back again with another episode of ZFCFounderTalks. And today we're going to talk about short speeches. Okay. Now, what do I mean by short speeches? A short speech, or let's first define a speech. A speech is nothing but a free flow of conversation. Okay, a free flow. Now, a speaker is given a time frame. Generally, it could be a session, it could be a meeting, a gathering, in any event. Okay, there may be a speaker who is called to speak on a particular subject. So he is given he or she is given a time frame of maybe around 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes. So it's a short speech, and that speech also needs to be structured. It needs to be drafted carefully. It needs to be aligned. Okay, there are different parts of a speech. There's an introduction, there's an opening, then there's a build-up, the story, the climax, and then and followed by the climax, and then there's a call to action, there's a learning, there's a takeaways. There are different parts of a speech, different elements of a speech. Okay, of course, not to mention and of course there are the little bit of toppings here and there. Like there's a mix of emotions. There's humor, there's anger, there's hatred, there's love. So and so on and so forth. So how do you blend all of these? All of these needs to be blended together to make a decent enough speech, yet keeping the time constraint in mind. We don't want to write pages and pages of a speech. I mean, like, let's say, for example, if I write 10 pages of a script and give it to a person who's allocated hardly 5 minutes to speak, it'll not work out. So there are several factors that need to be considered when a speech is to be drafted. Primarily, the time allocated, what is the message to be delivered, what is the engagement that needs to happen, what is the call to action, what are the takeaways, why should people listen to him. So all of these are factors that need to be considered when drafting a speech. Okay. Hence, it's so imperative today, that speeches are drafted properly. So, that is something that we do. Now, whether it is a speech, if it's an anchor or a host of a talk show, or if it's an MC hosting an event, a meeting, it could be any kind of gathering. But the central person, he needs to know what is to be spoken. Even if an agenda is given to him or her, how is it to be built upon, and how the flow is to be maintained, and wherever possible, add the necessary adjectives or the adverbs. So and so on and so forth. There's plenty which goes into writing a speech, a short speech. So feel free to reach out to us for more information on short speeches. And with this, I conclude in this series, or rather in this set of videos for the different forms of writing. Of course, these are not all. This is not an exhaustive list, but these are some of the forms of writing that we provide. For others, if you feel that there's something which is not in the list, feel free to reach out to us, and we'll be more than happy to help you to understand your requirements and see how we can fulfill it. So that's about it. So stay tuned for the next upcoming series in which I'll be stressing on customer relations. So that's about it for now. Thank you so much. Take care and stay safe. Goodbye.